Hello, hello. I'm at the airport in Mexico City and I want to share my experience with transportation. So, some of you know that I've traveled to Oaxaca to learn Spanish and I took the plane there from Mazatlan to Mexico City and from Mexico City to Oaxaca. I spent a week there and then I decided to go to Puebla. And from Oaxaca to Puebla, I took a bus. I also took a bus from Puebla to Mexico City, and here I am at the airport in Mexico City going back to Mazatlan. Now I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes to compare both. Sure, it's important to know how to speak Spanish. For example, when I got to the ticket booth where they sell tickets for the bus, this was in Oaxaca and in Puebla. I needed to speak Spanish. I needed to ask for a ticket and I needed to find out exactly where the door was, and so that was a bit of a challenge. If you know the language, it's not a challenge. It is a lot cheaper, and I'm not going to give you any prices here because I don't have them handy, but it was considerably cheaper to take the bus to go to Oaxaca, from Oaxaca to Puebla, and from Puebla to La Ciudad de Mexico. It was cheaper to take the bus. Now, of course, it takes longer, so it took me 4 hours from Oaxaca to Puebla, and from Puebla to Mexico City, not more than 2 hours. So it takes a bit longer, of course, by bus than it does on the plane, of course. Now I'm taking today the Viva plane from Mexico City to Mazatlan, and it's going to take me about an hour and a half, not much more than that. The other thing that I found was an advantage to taking the bus is that there are no security checks. So you get on the bus with your carry-on. Now they did put my big carry-on under the bus. I got a ticket, that was it, and then I could claim my ticket, my suitcase with the baggage claim ticket. But they didn't check anything. So that doesn't take any time. I'm here at the airport in Mexico City, of course, and like any other airport, you have to go through security. And depending on where you are in Mexico, it might take longer. But my experience so far has been that, yes, you have to go through security, but it's not as lengthy as, for example, Toronto. The other advantage I found through the bus is that it's not usually crowded. Sometimes I had an empty seat next to me, but sometimes I had a person next to me. And if you're hungry, there's always somebody that will come by. Usually when you stop in a small city, somebody will stop by and ask if you want popcorn or a pop or whatever. It's kind of interesting. You don't experience that in Canada at all. So you have access to food unless, of course, you brought your own. And I would say that the only advantage I can think of right now for flying is that it gets you there faster, and of course you have to shop around for prices. Now, the prices for my bus tickets were standard. They didn't change depending on the day that I checked out the tickets. They were always the same price. And they were different though within companies. So for example, if I did take the ADO bus, that was from Oaxaca to Puebla, and from Puebla to La Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City, I did take ADO, and so the prices were slightly more expensive with the ADO company than with another bus company. But you'll see that if there's a ticket priced, I don't know, 240 pesos or 1,300 pesos, no matter what time of the day you leave, it's going to be the same price. That's what I've noticed. And that's different when it comes to traveling by plane, where you have to you know, look for different flight companies, and even within those different flight companies, there's a lot of variety in prices. So I prefer taking I prefer taking the bus. It allows me to see some of the countryside, which is what I wanted. It allows me to relax as well for a few hours, and I can do some reading. And I don't need to wait in line very long to get my bags checked. So I vote for the buses. Of course, if you're in a hurry, taking the plane is always better. This is Linda G. Robert, your Back in the Groove Again coach, helping you live your best life right now so you can love what you do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos. Bye now.